So, willkommen zurück, Leute. Wie gesagt, ich bin im Viertel. Vielleicht gucke ich auch gleich mal hier jetzt nach einem Spiel oder so. Sind halt schon 3 Leute. Ah. Hier gibt es keine kleineren Chords oder was? Ja, okay, nevermind. Ich hole jetzt mal meine Kohle. Ist auch schneller, wenn ich hier entlang gehe, oder? Ich werde kein Training machen. Ich habe da echt keine Lust zu. Oh, nice Graffiti. Hat da jetzt noch was, ne? Okay, ich hatte wohl Menge Kohle dort. Da werde ich gar nichts machen können bei diesem Wirs, weil ich noch keinen Ruf habe. Alter, das ist ja geil. Und so Ruhe. Okay, Leute. Ich mache jetzt nicht lang rum. Wir gehen zum nächsten Spiel. Gegen die Clippers.
I'm Chris Manning.
And I'm Alexis Morgan. Welcome to a brand new episode of 2K TV. This is so exciting. We are virtual fans right now in a live NBA game.
That's right. We're inside the bubble right now.
Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley.
Rocken wir das mal, Leute.
In at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Minnesota, we've got Russell. He's out there with Junior. And it's Johnson in at the 4 spot. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment.
It's okay.
Great point.
The defense better make sure they're sticking to all 4 other players, or else D'Angelo's going to find the open man.
Beverley feeling it out a bit. It's George on the wing. And it falls over the rim and in.
I take it.
Well, that's Paul George's game. Most accurate when somebody's feeding him and he's got his feet set.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Leonard with
Was
the
ist
steal.
das, Mann?
And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Junior kicks to Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of this. So Johnson
Nice,
hits
beide
2 of
drin.
them.
Really like how James Johnson plays his role, so expanded here within the team set. Knows he's out there to space the floor, bring some physicality, and is going to have some opportunities to make some plays with the ball in his hand.
Offensive rebound, Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Viel zu spät abgeworfen. Hätte aber trotzdem klappen können.
Deep 2 from Beverly. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Well, when you get into a
Aber wir müssen
system,
jetzt
your
wieder
first
hier in
system
Führung.
the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Junior dishes to Johnson. Over Morris. And the shot is good from
Natürlich.
Johnson.
And he's not going to miss
Machen das
many
alle
of
so,
those.
dass ich keinen Assist kriege.
That wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
And Junior throws it down.
Coast to coast, Junior doing it all there. The defense, then the finish. Guy is playing with some passion right now.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Olson.
Nehmt euer Timeout, nachdem ich euch hier einen Dank reinhau. Wir sind jetzt einfach mal 8 Punkte vorne.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Williams with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Raptors in Toronto. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Habe ich nicht gesehen jetzt, oder? Ach, nee.
Junior's out there with Russell. Then it's Johnson, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the
Oh
second.
mein Gott.
Nailed from three-point land.
Nehm ich.
Junior's got 5 now.
Well, a pretty composed looking shot there. The shooting looking good right now from Junior.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Leonard kicks to Williams. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and
Let's
finding
go.
them so he can chip in.
Nur noch 3 Punkte.
Russell bringing the intensity. He's stronger now, willing to mix it up inside no matter who's on it.
George with no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 5.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Johnson against Leonard. They get a hand on it. Leonard with the steal. And the shot goes down. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Pass to Johnson. And the basket is good.
Schön.
Johnson's got his second bucket.
Jetzt sind aber immer noch 6 Punkte Unterschied, die müssen wir
No greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year.
noch hier
Fresh off a Finals MVP
ein paar
with the
Punkte jetzt hier
Raptors,
noch reinhauen.
he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP
Schade.
and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Offensive
Oh.
rebound. Bucket number 3.
Let's
He's
go.
a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Just a nice job of snipping one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
And the Clippers call time here.
Nervt doch nicht, ihr seid doch noch vorne.
Take a look at Minnesota this season.
And looking looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Well, they were obviously the superior team a year ago, but a lot can change from one season to the next. And
so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point
6
lead at the
Punkte,
end.
okay.
Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of it. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Clippers leading by 6. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Harold, and it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Zubac's the pass to Beverly.
Ich hab ihn geblockt. Und dann noch das.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Jazz, had a huge game. He finished with 14 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He performed really well, and I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, he was sensational the other night, making play after play after play.
And that's what you want. Not only was the effort there, but how about the production as well?
He can do a lot of different things, so he falls into these different roles. Which will it be tonight?
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys
Blockmann.
that, you know, and I hate to call
Ja,
them
war scheiße.
role players because they bring so much more.
Und dann noch ein Foul. Oh mein Gott.
They gotta fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Beverly.
Wir schaffen das noch. Auf jeden Fall.
Outside Leonard for the 3. The shot, no good. And Minnesota now the other way.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5
Yes.
shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about?
Da
at
sind es
halftime?
nur noch 2. Kommt schon.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game. Shot from the wing. The offensive rebound. Harold, that's good.
Okay, jetzt sind es wieder 4.
Harold's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's what Harold does. He's in there mixing it up, and he goes right back up for a shot.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans
Muss grad noch mal
exceed
gucken,
their
wenn
height
mein
by half foot.
ich hab das halt.
Is a 6'7" player with a 7'4"
Okay, von der
wingspan.
Part.
If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Beasley, the pass to Junior. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Oh.
Junior's got 9 points in the quarter.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game, 1 in each half.
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Here's Russell, and they pick up 2.
Und damit haben wir den Lead.
Russell's got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Morris dishes to Beverly. Leonard inside. He's up against Beasley. Leonard with the bucket.
Wow, der
He has
schafft
6.
trotzdem.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Portis, the pass to Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Junior, good in the
War aber ein
assist to
Zweier.
Russell. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
1:11 left in the third quarter. Pass to Harrell. Leonard on the wing. 6 to shoot. Over Beasley. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Well, he's made himself into such a reliable scorer. Hard not to call Leonard's number as often as possible.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free
Okay,
throws
da
come
habe ich
up.
zu früh losgelassen. Hätte ich vielleicht
No
noch
question, he got
die
bumped
3
on
machen
that
können.
shot.
First trip to the line for him here. And he makes the first. Lehman, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Let's go,
Turner
beide
comes
drin.
in for D'Angelo Russell. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Harrell. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Williams. Count that bucket.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
On the wing, Turner. He's covered by Leonard. Beasley outside. Here's Lehman. Shooting
Ach, schade, der hätte auch noch reingehen können.
He'll shoot 2 free throws. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. First free.
Jetzt sind wir wieder 6 Punkte hinten.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. We've got Johnson. Junior's out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Okogie in at the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And finished off by Leonard.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
Let's go.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And the Clippers call time here. They lead by 6.
Die ganze Zeit war es 1 Punkt hier. Jetzt muss man wieder rumkämpfen, dass man es voll kriegt. Present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Harrell's checked in and keeping us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
And Junior just doesn't seem to get rattled in big moments. That's composure at its finest.
The 3 from George. Rebound, Minnesota. Johnson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Junior. It's hauled in by George.
Das war mein Fehler. Hätte vielleicht abwarten sollen.
With no one around. That 3 off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 5. Junior the pass to Spellman. Count the basket.
Nice.
And coach can thank Junior
Noch 3 Punkte jetzt.
for this one. Watches how the floor is moving and spots the open man.
.58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George. Minnesota with the rebound.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself.
Nice.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession.
Jetzt ist noch einer.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Here's George. Yes!
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Russell passes to Junior. To the paint.
Johnson been in that spot before, embracing the opportunity and coming through clutch.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 2-second difference between shot.
Ja, Dreier trifft sie immer scheiße aus. Aber dann wird's echt schlecht. Da macht die Zeit durch. Nimm doch den Ball, Mann.
4 on the shot clock. A 3 from Leonard. Knocks down the 3.
Oh, jetzt haben wir
The
Arschkarte.
go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're trailing by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Junior. Off the inbound, no good. So it's
Sowas kotzt mich an, die ganze Zeit das Ding auf einen Punkt halten und dann so zu verlieren, Mann.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is
Nee,
Kevin
das war jetzt
Harlan
echt
saying
lächerlich.
thanks for watching, and we'll see you.
Ich brauche so viel Spielzeit wie möglich.
Talking about money and problems. I don't want to hear that. What the you thought would happen if you were part of the pulpit? You thought that you could subtract all your sadness when all your pockets the fullest. Self-liberation not part of your mind. Think about this all the
Ja.
time.
Und die werden nicht wieder, ja.
Money and problems. I don't want to hear that. What the you thought would happen if you were part of the pulpit? You thought that you could subtract all your sadness when all your pockets are fullest. Self-liberation
Ah.
part of your mind. Think about this all the time. Just straight from the spine. We could do better. Evident. I mean, look at the evidence. All of these
Ich kann doch auch so gucken. Also wir sind Platz 9 aktuell.
in a room like an elephant. Spaced out. 17 to 23.
Ja, es muss noch ein bisschen besser werden. Und jetzt spielen wir nächstes Pelicans, das passt ja.
Horns, yeah. I told you what it would be. The truth hurts. Savage as it could be.
Die Glück überholen wir die mit dem
Get out my face.
Sieg denn.
Seated in any game. Gotta feed and provide.
Wobei statistisch werden die auf jeden Fall wahrscheinlich vor uns stehen, weil wir nur 88,8 Punkte haben und die 120,8. Dann danach gegen Nuggets, das ist ja echt passend. Dann gegen Portland. Und das wieder im Fernsehen. Okay, Leute. Ich danke euch fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns nächstes Mal. Haut rein.